Welcome to what to do if you have a recall, or even if you think you have a recall. Step one, you need the vehicle ID number, right? So that might be in your insurance card, a registration card in the glove box, title, or it's always on the windshield if you want to get it. 17-character VIN number on the car or cars you want to check. Number two, visit the National Highway and Transportation Safety Association. Government website, NHTSA.gov. Click on the My Vehicles tab and look for the vehicle recall status, enter the VIN number, press enter, and you're going to receive one of three status definitions. First one, no open recalls. This is the best news. What does it mean you have to do? Nothing. Either there are no vehicles or recalls or never have been on this vehicle, or if there were, they've been fixed. Number two, incomplete, no remedy. Incomplete means there is a recall. No remedy means they don't have a fix yet. So what do you need to do? Today, nothing. You might want to put a reminder on your calendar to check every week or two. It can take a couple weeks, it can take months, depending upon how big the problem is. Number three is incomplete. And like a high school course or a college course, this is going to take some work. So whether you bought your Honda or Toyota, whatever it is, from a friend, from a used car dealer, or from a new car dealer, you need to take your car to a new car dealer for the remedy to be properly affixed. So if you got a Honda, take it to a Honda dealer. If you got a Toyota, to a Toyota dealer, Chevy to Chevy, etc.
Jim, I got to say, I think those are phenomenal points. If you can stay ahead of the curve and keep looking and keep track to make sure your vehicle has no open recalls, then you're doing great. We also know that the majority of you find out you have a recall when you get the letter in the mail. I will say, do not panic. There are different recalls. Some are very minor and some can be severe. But the first thing you need to do is not panic and contact a new franchise car dealer and ask them if there's going to be any cost incurred to you whatsoever. And very rarely is there ever. Are they going to have rental cars available to you? And more than likely, they will. You just need to check it out in advance. And is it severe? They are sometimes at the mercy of the manufacturer as to when they get parts, so they will schedule you accordingly, but that is going to be the first step. And those cost, loaners, severity, just to make sure that your family is safe, are the things that you're going to want to ask them.
As we know, one of the biggest things that's going to be from a customer's perspective is going to be the time commitment. The customer is going to want to know how long it's going to take. If they book an appointment, they want to be in and out of the dealership fairly quick, depending on what the recall is. They're going to want to know if the parts are in stock. Obviously, the dealership should be prepared and make sure that the parts are in inventory for the customer so that when they arrive, it can get started pretty quickly. Will it take more than one visit? Will the dealer have to book the customer back after the initial visit to do a check on that recall or do something additional? And finally, one of the big things for customers might be, hey, I bought my car at this dealership, but I had a bad experience there post sale or something, and am I required to take the vehicle back to that dealership, or do I have other options available?
So you found out you have a recall on the car, but it seems minor. Don't make the mistake of assuming that any recall is minor, because many of the biggest recalls and some of the most dangerous recalls in auto history started as very small recalls and kept escalating. So number one, don't assume. Number two, remember why you need to pay attention. First and foremost, for your family and your investment. So to protect your family and investment, make sure you get this taken care of. Gosh forbid you wouldn't want to have anything happen to your family or to find new ways to spend money on your single biggest expense, right? From there, consider too that there's a tremendous amount of financial risk related to any vehicle you're driving at any moment in time. So the last thing you want to have happen is have an accident, maybe because of the recall. It could raise your insurance rates. You could wind up in litigation. At the very least, it would be a big nuance and a painful point. So just don't put yourself at that risk. The easiest way to cure the problem, to be honest with you, is just anywhere near your next oil change, call, make an appointment at the dealership. Again, you got to take it to a new car dealership. Tell them you want an oil change and you want to have the recall fixed as well. Get it done. Rest easy that your family and your investment is protected.
So automotive dealers can help themselves by being as proactive as possible with recall information. So if you're a consumer looking to have your vehicle's recall addressed or fixed and you make those calls, by all means, go to their website, see if they offer any recall information. Do they have recall videos explaining what the issue is with the newest recall for the brands? Some of the auto dealers that we work for actually go so far as having a recall button right on the homepage. But as a dealer, the more they can offer that information to you, the more it creates some peace of mind for the customer and explains the next steps in the process. Recognize that when a recall comes up, it's never a pleasant experience. You're going to be spending some time, but also know that even the best brand vehicle in the entire world has a minimum of one problem and or mechanical issue with it in its first year of ownership. A minimum of one per car, and that is the best quality score that vehicles have. They have issues. You never need to get too concerned. Just make sure you're constantly communicating with a new car franchise dealer, and you will be well taken care of.
Now, from a dealer perspective, obviously some of the things they're going to look at is, are the parts still available? They're going to want to know how long it will take to do the repair on the vehicle so that they can schedule these recalls properly and ensure that that each customer has time to get the vehicle in and out in a timely fashion. One sticking point may be, are these recalls something that can cause customers to get upset? You don't want customers to be irate or upset over these recalls. There could be issues that may have to do with safety or those concerns, and there may be some issues that are brought up that are frankly out of the dealership's hands. That's not something that they can address based on the vehicle, but it may be something that come up.